All right, so I wanted to share a miracle that happened in my life when I was very young, around 5 years old. This is something we were in a car crash, and what happened is we were coming back from a long trip. It was just starting to snow on the road. We had a little Toyota 4Runner, and as we were coming back, we spiraled out of control, went off the road, and as we went off the other side of the road, and on the other side of the road, what you don't know is it was a several 100-foot drop all the way down. Um, and so we went off the road, we started to roll, we flipped multiple times. I'm not sure how many times we flipped, but we flipped multiple times. And the miracle of this story is actually we landed on the only flat spot on the hill, right? So the hill goes like this, and there's a flat spot right here. And then after this flat spot, it goes all the way back down, several hundred more feet. Okay, so we rolled and rolled. We landed in this one flat spot on all four tires facing the other direction. And the thing is, when we got out of this situation, my mom got out of the car, asked if anybody's hurt. None of us were injured. And actually, one of the other details that I wanted to fit in there was that on the way over, I accidentally unbuckled my sister's seatbelt. So my sister was way younger than me. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 years old. I was like 4 or 5. My brother was like 7. And it all happened at one time. And I obviously didn't understand it that much in my young age. But as I grow older and start to understand the story more, I have no doubt that God had angels there holding up the car, keeping us safe in that moment. And so none of us were injured. We all came out of the car perfectly fine. The only person that wasn't in the car with us at that time was my dad. But, we made it out of the crash fine. None of us injured. I definitely needed physical therapy after a little while after that, just to kind of get my mind back in order. But it was definitely very, very scary. And when I look back on this story now in life, I remember if I hadn't survived that, then maybe, or because I did survive that, I know for a fact that God still has a plan for me in my life. I know for a fact that God has put me here for a reason, and that God still intends to use me in this earth to do something amazing. And God has placed me here for a reason. If that night we hadn't made it, or if for whatever reason we didn't land in that one small flat spot just big enough for our car, I would not be here. And so God saved me from that car crash for a reason, to bring me here. He's given me a purpose. And I just want to use this story as a reminder to you guys that I'm sure God has you here for a purpose. And also, I'm just hoping to hear some of your guys' stories, your miracles that God has given you as well. This is one of the biggest things in my life that I can remember. Ever since I was 5, having a car crash like that happen, we all got out of the car perfectly fine, but the car was totaled. There was nothing left of the car. It was completely totaled, and we still made it out fine. So it's just super important. I hope you guys remember this. I definitely have remembered it for almost my whole life. And one other small thing that goes along with this is after the car crash, several years later, every time we would go to drive past there, I would be terrified out of my mind. Just like I would not want to go past there. I'd close my eyes and just be terrified to go past that area where we've crashed. And it's crazy because now that I'm much older and I have my own license, I've already driven past there multiple times, and there's been no issues, I've driven past there, and I used to be scared of that place when I was younger, when I was like, say, even 7 years old. When we'd go to drive past there, I'd be terrified. But now that I'm old enough, I've drive past there, and I can remember that was not only a terrible time in my life, but actually it was probably one of the best times in my life because I can remember that and use it as a miracle. So I hope you guys remember this video. It's just something really important that I wanted to share about my life. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.